Good morning or good evening. Welcome to the Tennessee Titans Weekly Podcast. I am your host, Lorenzo the Hawk Hawkins. My job is to be your favorite Tennessee Titans analyst. I am 100% from Nashville, born and raised. I still live in Nashville, and I am a biased Titans fan. I am an analyst as well. I am a former college football player, so I have a very vast experience and knowledge about football. When I listen to the TV and the radio on Titans radio stations, there are a lot of, Titan analysts, but when you really talk to them and hear them, they're not Titans fans. They're more Raiders fans, Packers fans, Bears fans, and that's okay. But me, it's about the Titans 100%, and that's it, and I'm going to bring it to you. Every time that we talk about the Titans, it's going to be a biased situation. I'm not a person that's going to say all the Titans should win the Super Bowl, but I am a realist to let you know what we should and what we should not do. So for the show, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a breakdown on the show. First, I'm going to give you the strengths and weaknesses from the previous game as to why we won or why we lost the football game. We did lose against the woeful Buffalo Bills. Next, we're going to go over the Hawks Eye. Hawks Eye, I see you. I definitely see you. I see you. The Hawks Eye will break down something that you might not see, but I see because I'm a Hawk. And my vision is very clear. Though I wear contacts, wear glasses at home, But I can definitely see something that you might not see. The next section will be, what are you doing? So in that particular section, we're going to talk about, certain things that I just don't quite understand. Like, what are you doing? Why is this happening? And a lot of times it's the cause of us losing the football game. The last section, we're going to go over the preview for the next game. We play the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday. We're going to talk about that as well, the strengths and weaknesses, and what we should and what we should not do for the game. All right. We lost, of course, 13-12 to the woeful Buffalo Bills, right? Now, we just beat the Super Bowl champions last week in the Philadelphia Eagles. Also, beat the number one rated defense the previous week in the Jacksonville Jaguars, but lose to Buffalo. Historically, the Titans have always done this for some reason. We'll beat the greats and lose to the losers. It's unbelievable, and that's what's going on right now. But what I want to do is I want to break down some positives and some negatives that took place during the Buffalo Bills football game. First, the positives. Our defensive backs. Our DBs are playing great right now. We're rated number 7 overall in defense in the NFL, really in part of the fact that our defensive backs are ball hawks out there. They cover very well. They press on the line of scrimmage. They make Buffalo receivers look very pedestrian. Hey, Kelvin Benjamin, hey, bro, where you at, bro? You talk trash about Cam Newton, we don't see you out there, though, bro, because he was blanketed the entire game. The only catch I can think of is Zay Jones. It was a first down for like 8 yards. But our defensive backs are out there balling, man. So shouts out to all the DBs that play for the Titans. You guys are definitely holding your end of the bargain. You have nothing to complain about. Next is Derrick Henry. He ran for 55 yards on 11 carries. And as the game went on, at times when he was carrying the football, you could just see him moving folks. And so it makes me wonder, we need to keep this guy in the football game. There's certain games, I'm like, where's Derrick Henry at? Where is he at? He's drinking water on the sideline. So we need to get Derrick Henry to football much more often because a lot of times when he runs very good, we win football games. Put 22 on the field and let him do something. Next, Ryan Suckup, as I mentioned, 12 points, right? That's 4 field goals. 4 times 3 equals 12 last time I checked, right? No touchdowns in that, right? Ryan Suckup, you did a great job. If you are a fantasy team owner, you own Ryan Suckup, you're pretty happy this morning. Next is Jayon Brown, the second-year player out of UCLA. This guy here, man, is a speedster, a linebacker, man, runs a 4-5 out there, linebacker, runs all over the field, has a sack, has a lot of tackles, a playmaker at linebacker at this moment. So when Wesley Woodyard returns, I'm not sure how they're going to play this, but if Woodyard gets back on the field, which Woodyard is a great linebacker, Jayon Brown's got to get on the field as well. So some negatives. A lot of people want to talk about, Nick Williams this and Nick Williams that and all this, right? Our offensive line didn't play well, especially in pass protection. Marcus Mariota couldn't run on the outside because they had it all walled off. We do have a 4th-string offensive tackle out there, but at the same time, you have to scheme knowing that that's the issue. So our offensive line did not do a very good job in pass protection. They know that too. Next, turnovers. We had 3. Nashville. If the Titans played the Vanderbilt Commodores, Trevecca, Drawns, we would lose a football game with 3 turnovers. You cannot win football games with 3 turnovers. They should be running sprints in practice right now. Matter of fact, when the game was over, they should have been running up the steps on the stadium in Buffalo. The next weakness here, the wide receivers and tight ends. Hey, Jonnu Smith. Hey, bro. Jonnu, where you at, dog? What? Oh, I don't see him. Where's 81? Oh, where's Jonnu Smith at? 2 targets, right? In an offense that, uses the tight end, where are you? You're supposed to be Delaney Walker Jr. Where are you, right? And then again, we have Nick Williams out there. We have Rashad Jennings. We have guys that are special teamers, man, that are, in Jalen Ramsey's terms, return specialists playing wide receiver. That's on the Titans. We're going to have to bring in talent because we're putting people in positions like, for me, I work for the phone company. If you ask me to build a bridge, we're all going to die. So we need to put people in position that can be successful and not for them to fail and hurt the team as a result. And that's what happened against the Buffalo Bills. The Hawks eye. I see you. I definitely see you. Now let's look at this real quick. Look at this picture real quick. Now I was looking to see maybe, if I put the telescope on the gloves, maybe I thought I would see maybe a hole in the glove. Maybe he had a good cold glass of water on the glass. It was real wet. Maybe those are some old gloves he had in middle school or something. Man, I looked at those gloves. Man, there was nothing wrong with those gloves. Nothing at all. Hey, Nick Williams, bro. Catch the football. Catch the football. Now, Nick Williams did take ownership. He blamed himself, of course, which he should have. It's like, well, Nick, if you can't make this catch, bro, you either need to be, trying to block some punts, or you need to be trying to block traffic from coming. Because again, this isn't what we need at this point. That was a game winner right there by catching that touchdown, and he completely dropped the football. You have to take ownership of that. That's on you. That's on the organization of putting somebody on the field that's not ready for that particular spot. Because I even think now, even at this point, right now at my age, I can get up and make that catch right now. You probably could too. All right. So that's what I saw. I was thinking. I was like, well, I'm looking at his gloves, and I didn't see any defect. So next, what are you doing? All right, so as you see, when Marcus Mariota threw the interception, if you're not really a football person, you might blame the pick on Mariota. But in reality, when Nick Williams ran the route, he was sitting there looking around like it was a bug on his shoulder. Of course, Mariota throws the football. Nick Williams is nowhere to be found. DB catches the football, interception. As a football person, when you are a defensive back, you're looking at the receiver. And if he's looking all weird, it's like, oh, man, I'm jumping this, and that's exactly what he did. Nick Williams, if you're on the field, you need to know your route, bro. Is it a slant? Is it an out? Is it a goal? You need to know what you're doing. If not, you need to raise your hand and say, hey, Matt LaFleur. And LaFleur is in the bleachers there in the top. Hey, man, sit me down, bro. I can't do this, man. I'll return some punts for you, but right now I don't know the play, so I need to sit down instead of hurting the team. And that's what took place yesterday. That's why the interception happened. And you can see Mariota talking to him like, bro, what are you doing, dude? Bro, come on, dog. Come on. Well, Mariota should have grabbed the headset, first talked to Vrabel on the grounds, and then up top said, hey, LaFleur, man, look, 14 is out here messing up, man. We need to get somebody else out on the field, or next week we need to sign some people. Somebody needs to take accountability and get more talent here on the field. So next, let's look at the preview for the Baltimore Ravens game. In order for us to win the football game, it's gonna take it's going to be very similar to Buffalo. The one thing about the Baltimore Ravens, they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, they beat the Denver Broncos, and they beat the Buffalo Bills 47-3. Wow! We just played them, right? Now, they don't have Nathan Peterman, but Josh Allen isn't the next Jim Kelly of Buffalo. He had under 90 yards against us. But you need to be careful with Baltimore, because the one thing they do possess, ironically, and I didn't think this, is a passing game. The past several years, Joe Flacco looked like me out there. But this season, the Baltimore Ravens are ranked number 8 in pass offense, which I was shocked when I saw that. So, in order for us to win, this is what we need to do. One, we need to pressure Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco, again, he has receivers on the inside that are really good, but we need to set pressure on him, because a lot of times if you hit Joe Flacco, he looks lost out there. Next, again, we need to run number 22. The Alabama Heisman guy, the war number 2 for Alabama, we need to run him the football. He's as fresh as I am right now on the football field. He needs to do that. Next, we need to throw it on the outside, not the inside. They have Eric Weddle, who's one of the better safeties in the league, C.J. Mosley. In the middle is where their strength is on the defense. Throw it on the outside. Test the rookie Marlon Humphrey. Test the old guy Brandon Carr. See what 84 can do against them. Throw the ball on the outside. And then lastly, look for wide receiver help, man. All jokes aside, we need to make phone calls, see who's available. We need to get wide receivers, not return specialists, on the field. This is what we should not do. Turnovers. You can't turn the ball over. Unlike Buffalo, who couldn't really score any touchdowns off turnovers, the Baltimore Ravens will score touchdowns. Especially on the short field, where Michael Crabtree, who's one of the better jump ball receivers in the league, is out there. You got to be careful with that. Next, you can't throw the ball to special team receivers, man. You're going to have to look more for Corey Davis. Even if he's double covered, Corey Davis has got to do a better job of trying to get open. You got to get the ball to Derrick Henry, Deion Lewis. Marcus Mariota's got to run on the outside. We got to do a better job with that. And also, do not take these wide receivers lightly. John Brown, Willie Snead, these guys are some burners. So you got to be careful down in the middle where we sort of struggle. Not so much deep middle, but in the middle, we have to really be careful because these guys can catch the ball and go. You know, John Brown leads their team in receiving, really based on long plays. So we have to be careful with that. So do I think we can beat the Ravens? Absolutely. We need to play ball control football. We need to not turn the football over. Baltimore's not really a high-octane offense. But overall, from a rating standpoint, they are number 11 in the league. So, again, they can put points on the board, average 26 points a game. And, again, number 8 in pass offense. Their run game I'm not really worried about. They're number 25 in the league in rushing. Alex Collins and Javorius Allen, not too worried about them. But what we need to do, we just need to play ball control football and take, we can take chances down the field, but it has to be the 84 to Corey Davis or maybe to Taywan Taylor. Taywan Taylor has to do a better job as well of holding on to football. Even when he catches the ball, you got to hold on to football. He historically hadn't had a lot of fumble issues, but when you throw the ball to him in space, man, he's got to be strong in getting the football. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Subscribe to the show. I'm going to bring the fire for the Titans every time. You can also look me up on Twitter, Titans Weekly 24/7. That's me on Twitter. Again, this is your YouTube page here. You can also contact me on email, TennesseeTitansWeekly@gmail.com. Let's do it for the boys, as they say here in Titan Land. Tighten up. Let's get this win with the Ravens. We need it. Let's get our morale back. Just a week ago, it was all good. Now it's all bad. So we lost to Buffalo. We need a redemption game against the Ravens before we start playing more of our AFC South foes. So let's get it. Good luck, Titans. Let's go.